Welcome back to our channel. Today we're taking an in-depth look at the 1972 Jefferson nickel. We'll explore its history, design, and most importantly, its circulated value. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just starting out, this video has something for everyone. The Jefferson nickel was first minted in 1938, honoring the third president of the United States, Thomas Jefferson. The coin was designed by Felix Schlag and was introduced as part of the nation's effort to celebrate its rich history. Since then, the nickel has undergone various changes, but the 1972 version still reflects the original design. With Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello on the reverse, it symbolizes American values and history. The 1972 Jefferson nickel features the familiar profile of Thomas Jefferson on the front. On the reverse, we see Monticello, Jefferson's estate in Virginia. The design has remained consistent, making it one of the most recognized coins in America. Now, let's talk about the circulated value of the 1972 Jefferson nickel. Most commonly, these coins are worth their face value of 5 cents if they're in average circulated condition. However, their value can vary based on several factors. Condition is key. Coins in good condition can be worth a bit more. A nickel in fine or very fine condition might fetch 10 to 25 cents. If you happen to find one in uncirculated condition, it could be worth $1 or more. Grading coins is an essential part of the numismatic world. The Sheldon scale, which ranges from 1 to 70, helps determine a coin's condition. An uncirculated 1972 nickel could score a grade of 65 or higher. While most 1972 nickels are not particularly rare, there are exceptions. The 1972D nickel is less common in high grades, which can increase its value. Additionally, the existence of certain die varieties could make a specific coin more valuable to collectors. Collectors are often on the lookout for subtle differences in die markings, which can lead to significant increases in value. So always inspect your coins closely if you're looking to start or expand your collection. Here are a few tips. First, invest in good storage solutions. Coin holders, albums, or capsules can protect your coins from damage. Second, never clean your coins with abrasive materials. This can significantly reduce their value. If you need to clean them, use a soft cloth and water, no chemicals. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938, designed by Felix Schlag to honor Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States. But what makes the 1972 version stand out? Let's set the stage with a brief history. The design features a left-facing portrait of Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello, Jefferson's home, on the reverse. The 1972 coin is part of a long tradition, but it also reflects changes in minting techniques and the economy of the time. Now, let's get into the specifics. The 1972 Jefferson nickel is made of a copper-nickel alloy, weighing 5 grams and measuring 21.21 millimeters in diameter. But what about its unique characteristics? On the obverse, you'll see the Liberty inscription and the date. The reverse features Monticello along with the denomination. In circulated condition, this coin has some notable wear, which we'll talk about in just a moment. If you're considering adding the 1972 nickel to your collection, what should you know? While it's not rare, it's always in demand among collectors, particularly those focused on series completion or type sets. In circulated condition, you can find these coins for just a few cents, but the value can increase significantly if they're in uncirculated or high-grade condition. Always look for signs of wear, such as smoothing on the features or dullness on the finish. Identifying a 1972 nickel is straightforward, but be aware of common pitfalls. Check for the date and mint mark. The 1972 nickels were minted at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, so the presence of a D on the reverse indicates a Denver mint coin. Remember, the Philadelphia mint version has no mint mark. This can impact the value, so it's worth paying attention to which version you have. Now let's talk value. In circulated condition, you're typically looking at a value of 5 to 10 cents. However, uncirculated examples can fetch a premium, sometimes reaching $20 million to $3 million, depending on the market. Market trends can vary, so it's always a good idea to keep an eye on auction results or coin dealers to understand current pricing. Before we wrap up, let's share a few fun facts about the 1972 nickel. Did you know this coin was produced in a year when the U.S. was experiencing significant economic changes, including the shift from silver to more affordable alloys? The Jefferson nickel, first minted in 1938, was introduced to replace the Buffalo nickel. It was designed by Felix Schlag, featuring Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello on the reverse. This coin has gone through various design changes, but today we'll focus specifically on the 1972 version. In 1972, the Jefferson nickel retained its classic design. The obverse displays a profile of Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States, while the reverse features Monticello, Jefferson's Virginia state. This design pays tribute to Jefferson's legacy as a founding father and advocate for liberty. The year 1972 was a unique time in American history. The economy was experiencing inflation, and coins were circulating widely in daily transactions. The U.S. Mint produced approximately 146 million 1972 Jefferson nickels for circulation, which were used extensively in vending machines, stores, and daily purchases. This high mintage means the 1972 nickel is relatively common today. 1972 was a pivotal year in American history. The Vietnam War was ongoing, the Watergate scandal began to unfold, and the U.S. saw significant advancements in technology and culture. The 1972 Jefferson nickel, while just a small piece of currency, was present during this tumultuous period, embodying the everyday lives of Americans. While the 1972 Jefferson nickel is common, there are some varieties that collectors seek. For example, the 1972 S-proof nickel, minted in San Francisco, features a mirror-like finish and is much scarcer. Collectors often look for well-preserved coins or those with specific characteristics, such as errors or unique strikes. For numismatists, the 1972 Jefferson nickel is more than just a coin. It represents a link to the past. Its design and circulation reflect the values and struggles of its time. Collectors often enjoy hunting for these nickels and discussing their findings, which fosters a sense of community among enthusiasts. So, what have we learned about the 1972 Jefferson nickel? It's a small coin with a rich history, representing both the everyday life of Americans in the early 1970s and the enduring legacy of Thomas Jefferson. Whether you're a casual collector or a seasoned numismatist, this nickel offers a glimpse into the past. 1987 Jefferson nickel. If you're a numismatist or just someone curious about U.S. coins, you're in for a treat. Let's explore its history, design, and current circulating value. The Jefferson nickel was first minted in 1938, designed by Felix Schlag to honor Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States. The coin has undergone several design changes over the years, but the 1987 edition retains the classic profile of Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello on the reverse. The 1987 nickel is particularly interesting because it reflects the ongoing commitment to preserving American history through its imagery. It's a reminder of the values and ideals Jefferson stood for, like democracy and independence. Let's take a closer look at the design. The obverse features a left-facing bust of Jefferson with the words liberty and the year 1987 above his head. Just below, you'll find the phrase "In God We Trust." On the reverse, we see a detailed depiction of Monticello, Jefferson's iconic home in Virginia. The reverse also includes Monticello and the denomination 5 cents. What's remarkable about this design is the attention to detail, especially A, which means there are two main varieties of the coin, the P mint mark and the D mint mark. In total, over 300 million 1987 nickels were minted, making them relatively common in circulation. Now, let's talk about the circulating value of the 1987 Jefferson nickel. Despite being a 5-cent coin, the market for nickels can vary based on condition and mint market. In average circulated condition, a 1987 nickel is worth just its face value minus 5 cents. However, if you have one in uncirculated condition, it could fetch a premium price. Typically, these can sell for anywhere from 25 cents to a couple of dollars, depending on where and how they are sold. Always check for signs of wear or damage. Coins in better condition will hold more value. Keep your coins in a dry, safe place. Consider using coin holders or albums to prevent scratching. Stay informed about the market. Prices can fluctuate based on demand. The 1987 Jefferson nickel may seem simple, but it's a piece of American history that tells a story. Whether you're a casual collector or a serious numismatist, every coin has its place in our collective narrative. A, which means there are two main varieties of the coin, the P mint mark and the D mint mark. In total, over 300 million 1987 nickels were minted, making them relatively common in circulation. Now, let's talk about the circulating value of the 1987 Jefferson nickel. Despite being a 5-cent coin, the market for nickels can vary based on condition and mint market. In average circulated condition, a 1987 nickel is worth just its face value minus 5 cents. However, if you have one in uncirculated condition, it could fetch a premium price. Typically, these can sell for anywhere from 25 cents to a couple of dollars, depending on where and how they are sold. Always check for signs of wear or damage. Coins in better condition will hold more value. Keep your coins in a dry, safe place. Consider using coin holders or albums to prevent scratching. Stay informed about the market. Prices can fluctuate based on demand. The 1987 Jefferson nickel may seem simple, but it's a piece of American history that tells a story. Whether you're a casual collector or a serious numismatist, every coin has its place in our collective narrative. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938, and it has been a staple of American currency ever since. The design features the portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse in Monticello, his famous estate, on the reverse. Now, let's focus on the 1987 version specifically. Minted in Philadelphia and Denver, the 1987 nickel was part of a standard production run. But what sets it apart? Let's break down its features. The 1987 Jefferson nickel is composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel. It weighs 5 grams and has a diameter of 21.21 millimeters. While it may not be a rare date, it has some interesting features. Let's take a closer look at the coin itself. The obverse displays a left-facing profile of Jefferson, and you can see the year 1987 just below his portrait. But pay attention to the details like the clarity of Jefferson's facial features and the overall condition of the coin. Here are a few examples to show you. On this side, we have a good condition nickel, where the details are worn down significantly. On this side, a fine condition nickel with more visible details. And finally, here's a mint state example. While rare, it showcases the pristine condition collectors seek. But it can be interesting to collect them based on their condition. In general, circulated nickels are worth their face value, but uncirculated versions can be worth a bit more, ranging from 10 to 25 cents, depending on their condition. Key factors affecting their value include the coin's mint mark, condition, and any unique features or errors. Although the 1987 nickel is less known for these than other years. While 1987 nickels are fairly standard, collectors sometimes find coins with minting errors, such as double strikes or off-center strikes. These can add value to an otherwise common coin, making them a fun hunt for collectors. If you're interested in coin hunting, be sure to check your change, as you might come across a hidden gem. In conclusion, the 1987 Jefferson nickel is a fascinating piece of American numismatic history. While it may not be a rare collector's item, its significance in daily transactions and its historical context make it a worthwhile coin to know about.